In this Facebook post, the user wrote COVID as C0VID. This tweet uses vaccine for vaccine. And in this Instagram post, someone spelled out CDC and FDA like this. Hi, I'm Kayla with PolitiFact. These people are using code words to talk about COVID-19 and vaccines. They hope their sneaky spellings will slip past platforms' content moderation efforts. Sometimes people will use completely different words. NBC News reports that there are anti-vaccination Facebook groups named Dance Party and Dinner Party, and that Instagram users are dubbing vaccinated people swimmers. This is all lexical variation, changing words and phrases, but there are visual tactics too. This Instagram post covers up parts of the words vaccinated, COVID, and unvaccinated. And this one, reshared on Reddit, uses the unicorn emoji as a stand-in for vaccines. But does this coded language actually work? Facebook, Twitter, and other platforms have policies meant to reduce the spread of misinformation. Facebook partners with more than 80 fact-checking organizations, including PolitiFact, to fact-check posts suspected of sharing misinformation. For example, PolitiFact fact-checked this Facebook post intentionally misspelling Pfizer's Comirnaty vaccine, and Facebook added a partly false information banner to the post. A Facebook spokesperson told PolitiFact, "This is exactly what happens when you are enforcing policies against COVID misinformation. People try to find ways to work around those restrictions." Twitter said in an email to PolitiFact that it notes code words and emojis and adjusts its systems accordingly. So to some extent, social media platforms have decoded coded language tactics. But social media users can continue to invent new spellings and phrases and visuals to try to outsmart platforms' moderation efforts. And many posts are still up and without fact-check labels. We spoke about code words with Rachel Moran, a researcher who studies COVID-19 misinformation at the University of Washington.
The coded language is effective in that it creates this kind of sense of community, right? That if you understand the codes, that you are part of the in crowd, and that you kind of then can identify with that information more, or you might trust it more because it's coming from someone else who's in that in-group with you. The kind of silver lining from a misinformation perspective is that because it's coded, it's not accessible to everyone. But at the same time, it means that those people who are vaccine hesitant, who we're working really hard to change their mind and provide them with authoritative information, that it's really hard to get people out of their in-group. And when that in-group is attached to misinformation, it means that it's really hard to debunk that misinformation in a compelling way for them.
For now, you should probably expect to keep seeing unicorn emojis and funky spellings of the word vaccine from people who hope coded language will help their anti-vaccine posts escape moderation. Thanks for watching this video. For more stories and fact checks, head to PolitiFact.com or subscribe.